Yep. Hey guys, I'm Reverend Jeff Will Rumble.
And yes, that is my real name. So, thanks, Mom and Dad. Well done.
I'm pulled off the highway. This that you see coming by here is I-40, Interstate 40, out in the middle of California's Mojave Desert. And that might seem a little random, but it's not. First of all, a bit on the location. I am maybe 12 miles-ish east of Ludlow, which is ballpark about an hour to the east of Barstow. The reason I'm here in this particular spot is, I guess about 8 or 9, maybe 10. It's been years now since a friend gave me a map, and it was a map that would guide me to find a mineral called Thulite, which is pink in color. I guess it's found along with stuff called zoisite or zoisite. I'm not always sure on the pronunciation of these things, but it ends up with a pink and green mix, which seems quite nice. Thing is, this spot is pretty far out here. It's 3 hours from home, and there have been other things that were closer. You know, I drove right past Lavick Siding, which is a famous jasper area. Drove right by there. That's half an hour back that way. And same with Sleeping Beauty Mountain. You've seen videos of Sleeping Beauty, me there, and the things I found there, some of that. All of that is way back behind me. I drove past that to get to here. So when I first got this map, I just kind of set it aside because there were other things. But I kept coming back to it and kept thinking about it. And I finally, this last spring, this is 2020, last spring, started asking questions or two of friends who are connected with the Whittier Gem and Mineral Society, as is the friend that gave me the map. And they suggested there'd been a lot of road construction out here, and they said it was just a gap in the fence is where you drive through, and that gives you a road. And they suggested that maybe that gap in the fence wasn't even there. But the map had GPS coordinates. So last summer, beginning of July, on my way out to Colorado, you may have seen my hiking to Hope Lake video. It was that trip. On my way out to Colorado, I came through this area, fired up the GPS, and I wasn't going to drive out and look for the Thulite. All I was looking for was whether or not there was still a gap in the fence, whether or not there was still a road, whether or not there was access. And if you look through this window here, there we are. There we are. So, yeah, come on. Let's go find some rocks. So it's about a mile in on what the Google Maps says is County Road 20410 for location purposes. You can find it there on Google Maps that way, find the location. That first mile in is very flat, very nicely graded, very easy. After that, you turn left, and it's a sharp left, and then you'll be happier if you have four-wheel drive, though I haven't found anything too completely extreme. My map says it's going to be roughly a mile this way, but when I get the chance here to stop, if I turn to the side, you can see I'm really not very far away from I-40. You can see the traffic going by right there. So continuing on, so it looks like the main road goes off to the left here, but my GPS tells me that it's here, and I was told that it would very abruptly get steep. So I guess this is what we're talking about. Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, that hill, I guess it was kind of steep, but I've done so much scarier. So yeah, no problem there. That was a nothing. But I did get out. It's a little windy. That's why I'm still inside the truck right now. I did get out and have a bit of a look around, 25, 30 yards around the truck, all directions. I didn't find anything at all that was worth looking at. So what I think I'm going to do, I tend to drive in, sandals or something nicer than that, easier, more comfortable, rather than putting on my ankle brace. I'll put on my ankle brace for a hike. I'll put on my ankle brace to get out in it. So what I'm going to do is put on my boots and my ankle brace, and then I think I'm going to go for a walk up this way and see if maybe that's the area that we're supposed to be finding stuff. So, let you know how it goes. So I apologize for the sound. I'm working my way sort of around the hill here. I'll get back up toward the top in a little bit. I'm really not finding anything pink. When I Googled Thulite in the image search, there was a fairly bright pink to it. I'm not finding anything remotely like that. A couple pieces that seem to have some green, but nothing at all like the pink that I thought I would be looking for. I am finding a fair bit of this stuff here that I guess might be a little pinkish if you have a good imagination to help you out. It's got some swirliness to it, I guess. To be honest, it's not terribly exciting to me, but I'll keep looking. Maybe that's what I'm supposed to be finding here. If so, then the material itself would be a little bit disappointing. I'll keep looking. Okay, so I have now found green. Oh wait, how am I doing on my aim? Green with some lines of pink through it. This finally is the stuff. I don't know if you can hear with the wind. I know it's in my ears, but this finally is the stuff. Question is, can I get good enough pieces that are cuttable here? So good stuff, very nice. I like it. So this little bit here, I left my stuff over there 20 yards over. I'll go get it. Actually, now that I say that, I'm going to need to get back to my truck and get my heavier materials. This area here is where there's been some digging, and you can see tailings down here of people's leftovers. I'm finding some smaller pieces that do have some pink in it, but what I think, here you can see the pink on the end of this. What I think I need to do, as I keep looking and just pausing in my talk because I'm concentrating on finding what I am, I should probably just talk. What I need to do is go back to my truck, get my heavier stuff, and come back at this here, because that's a much more solidly pink looking area. Also down in here is more solid, and if I get my chisels, my sledge, I can get in there a little more and see if I can get some higher quality material, really break that out. Maybe get a nice, there's even some down in here, get a nice big chunk or two. Can certainly dig that out if I decide I want it. But yeah, I found my spot and I'll be back to here in a few minutes. Okay, so it's turning out that not only am I finding some little chips and stuff just in the wall, said that there, but it's not as difficult to break this stuff out as I feared. I just don't know much of anything about the quality. I say that, I got the last one out pretty easily. This chunk might be a little more resistant. Yeah, we'll see. That's better, I'm in. That's gonna pop. I think I got the crack running right there. Let's get my bigger. Still feels a little stuck in there, but I know it's coming. Back to this. Feel the camera bouncing around a little bit on my head. This is the original elastic strap. I've got a new one actually. Here, let's do this. This is gonna help. I've got a new one back at the house, but I just keep using this old one. I should just take it off and toss it and put the new one on. It'll be better. Problem is with my aim. If I can just get one good pop on this, that's gonna come. Look at that. You can see that it's loose. It's loose. I'm wiggling it, but it's still stuck in there, which is what this is for. So it's out. You can see it's got a lot of green pink stuff, and I don't know how deep that goes. I don't know what I'll get when it's cut, but I know that right now it's going here in my pile. Should I see about this one down below too? It looks like it's already, yeah, that's a smaller piece and it's already broken. So yep, a lot of green and pink there. I've even got a little water bottle in my pack. I could pull it out and have a look, but what I think I'll do instead is have a go at another section. So let me look around and see what I think, where I should hit next. So I spent the last half an hour in a mix of picking through the stuff that's, you know, it's got nice, there's some pink there. Picking through the stuff that is on the ground here, left by previous rockhounds, and also finding things in the wall to dig out and pull out. I got a couple of pieces from over there that seem all right. From in here is where I went first. I think I still want to have a look at this and possibly that. So I'll do that. This looks like just a little chipper here, so that's gonna stay. What I don't know is, and maybe some of you who are more familiar with this area will be able to chime in. You know, if someone more familiar with this area watches the video, chime in and let me know. I don't know if the stuff that I'm pulling out is any kind of quality or not, because to be honest, some of the pieces that I'm picking off the ground are every bit as good to me as what I'm digging or pounding out of the actual deposit itself. So I don't know if what I'm getting at is really the good stuff or not. In any event, I'm going to stay with it. All right, so I've just pounded these three pieces out of here. I look down here, there's a vein of pink running right through here. It's not real wide. It's a little less than half an inch wide, a little more than 1/4 inch, I guess.
and the rest is green. I don't know what I want to do with that. Maybe I'll just come in with the big sledge and just smack the snot out of that and break it off that way, because it seems to be pretty firmly in the ground. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna put it back down here for now. But I got these 3 pieces out. I'm going to work a little bit, see if I can open up a bigger chunk of this first and see where that goes. Hopefully that can get me something good. All right, for a couple of minutes there, I was thought that this piece right in here was going to beat me. It came pretty close, but I did get it out, and I have no idea yet. And I'll get it home and wash it up. And once it's washed up and you know, rinsed off and everything, and it's wet, I'll have a better look at what's inside. I also did, I want to be sure I'm aiming at stuff, did go ahead and take a pop at this piece down here, and so I've got this vein. It's a little thicker than I thought it would be. We'll see what it's like inside. I don't know how much time I want to spend trying to get this out. Maybe a few minutes, but as you can see, it's starting to get a little late in the day, and I don't know, I think at this point there's I was thinking before, if I, like, you know, over the last couple of days as I was planning the trip, thinking that maybe I would just get some stuff here and then swing on back toward Lavik and do a little hunting there at sundown. But it's getting toward the point now where if I was to haul everything out to my truck, drive down there, by the time I got back to Lavik, it'd be 45 minutes and maybe more, and by that time it's going to be too dark to bother. So I'll just stay here, I think, for a little more, and maybe work on this a little, or maybe look around at something else here and see what I want to grind on, pound on, and yeah, then let that be the day. So the light is definitely fading now, and I'm sort of blindly working in here. See how this material in here is darker colored. I don't know if that means it's better quality stuff or not, but in any event, I'm going to go ahead, just blindly pull it out and take it with me, and then find out when I look at things tomorrow, or, you know, at home tonight. Well, sorry about the abrupt shut off there. My battery ran out, and my spare, of course, was up in my truck. So yeah, I wanted to keep going. I do this thing where I tell myself, if I can only pound out this one last rock, that'll be it, I'll be happy. And of course then I get that one, and I look, and you know, there's the one under it and maybe the 2 behind it, and I need them too. Which I guess every rock hound is going to understand that. Fishermen too. I still, from my Baja trip a couple months ago, my friend Pete and I joked pretty much all the way home about how I could be completely happy with my life if only I had kept a couple more Corbina and possibly also another flag Cabria. So in any event, I did stay. I was running out of light. I didn't want to go back for the other battery, and I stayed, and I got a few more things. But I'm not sure still if any of it is, you know, is surefire, definite good stuff. I'm just unsure of that, and I'll find out maybe tomorrow, or maybe not even until I get onto the Genie and try to polish some of it up. But it definitely all needs to be washed and scrubbed and rinsed, and see what I've got, and I'll find out then. I brought a lot of stuff back with me just because this is far enough from home that I don't expect to be back here anytime in the foreseeable future. One other thing as I move back toward I-40 here, I should mention that when I was looking for information prior to this trip, I did find one online discussion in which a guy made reference, or talking specifically about this place, about the Thulite at this place, and he said that he had had it tested, and that in fact it is not Thulite at all,
that it is the green is zoisite, and that the pink is actually an epidote, which is colored by manganese, which would make sense in a way because this part of the desert there is a ton of manganese here, so that would be reasonable. But then of course immediately a couple of other people came back with some pushback on that and said no, it's thulite. And you know, it's, if you say anything on the internet you're going to get pushback. So I don't know, and that's the truth. Is I'm honest enough to say when I don't know. I don't like saying things if I don't have a full confidence. If I really don't know, I'll say I don't know, and I don't know about this. What I do know is that I had a map that said it was thulite. I came looking for pink and green stuff, and I found pink and green stuff, and it seems pretty cool. I'll get a better look at it when I get home tonight or tomorrow. You know, when I wake up in the morning, I'll look at it in the sunlight and I'll get it washed off, and hopefully it's good stuff. Either way, I had a fantastic day. Oh, I'll say this too. After pounding stuff out of that hole there, I paused, I looked up, and there was the most spectacular sunset. Just a wonderful, amazing pink and blue, amazing sunset. And I out loud literally said thanks God for the beauty, because great day, beautiful stuff, beautiful fun. And yeah, so hopefully I'll take a moment or two to wrap this up in the morning tomorrow and see what we've got. Oh, one more thing. When you come out of this, you can only turn right and continue east onto I-40, but a little ways down there are opportunities then to cross back over to the other side and continue back to the west, heading back toward home. So I will do that when I get there. So I did not find any seams of big, thick, bubblegum pink stuff yesterday, but did get some stuff. The pink within the green, I don't know how well you can see that color coming out. I've got it wet, so it should be all right. But you know, this is kind of example of the material that I'm seeing here. That's not bad, is it? It's not bad at all. I like that. So having enough light yesterday when I finished this didn't happen, I guess, but stone came out all right. Nice shape. It's got an okay polish. It took an okay polish, not great. It is again pretty soft stuff, but it's decent, and I like the color, the pattern, all of that. Not bad, not bad. And that's it. I started with a map and some GPS coordinates, and I went out into the Mojave Desert and I found thulite. Or not, because maybe internet guy was right, and maybe it's epidote and not thulite. You know, pink epidote. But in any event, I went out looking for pink and green, and I found pink and green. And it was a fun day. It was a fun adventure. I hope you have good adventures too. And thanks for stopping by, and thanks for coming along and watching the video. I hope you'll watch the next one too. Keep your eyes open. There's more coming.